Hello and welcome. This is Angie with thecountrysheetcottage.net. So today we're going to have another great Cricut video, and we're going to talk about cutting Matboard with your Cricut. So Matboard is the stuff that you buy at the craft store that's actually meant to make a picture frame mat. Did you know that you can cut this with your Cricut Maker and the knife blade and make custom picture frame mats all with your Cricut machine, all within just a few minutes? So let's take a look at cutting this on our Cricut. Alright, so you're going to need your Cricut Maker as well as your knife blade, and then you'll need Matboard. So Matboard comes in 4-ply as well as 2-ply versions. You can cut the thicker 4-ply with your Cricut Maker and the knife blade. It comes in a variety of colors. It also comes in a variety of sizes. So you can buy it like this, pre-cut, or you can buy it in huge sheets and just cut it down into like 12 by 12 sheets for your mat, or 12 by 24 or whatever. So you can get it both ways. And then you'll need a mat. So I would suggest either your green or your blue mat. So what I'm going to say here is that the adhesive on the mat can do some damage to the back of your mat board. I have seen that happen in some cases, and I've cut quite a bit of mat board with my machine. So what I would say is use the green mat if you're not worried about the back. If you're worried about the back, like it's for a gift or something like that, use the blue mat, and I still think you'll be fine. A really worn blue mat might not work, but otherwise it should work fine. So if you have it like this and it's already cut to size, then all you have to do is cut out the inside for your picture. Now, if you have the large pieces, you know, like a 12 by 12 piece, you can also cut the outside edge with your Cricut as well as the inside edge to make your mat. So now let's head to Cricut Design Space and take a look at the design we're going to cut. So here's a look at the design that we're going to cut. Now this is for an 8 by 10 picture frame, and then I'm cutting 2 designs out of it for 2 different pictures. Now you can do these however you want. So I've done a mat that says Dad, where the D-A and the D are cut out for Father's Day. I mean, I've done all kinds of different versions. What I would recommend is that you keep your details to the recommendations for the knife blade, which is 3/4 of an inch. You might be able to push it a little bit, but really fine details are really not going to cut with the knife blade in this mat board. And I've tried several times with different varieties and had quite a few failures. So this design is for if I need to cut the outside edge as well as the inside. So I actually don't need to cut the outside because I'm using a pre-cut mat. So I can just click on this and then click Contour in the corner, and I can turn off the outside contour. Now what I'm left with is 2 pieces that are attached together and can be cut from my mat board. Then we'll click Make It. And what we want to do here, because I am not cutting the outside edge, is I want to align my cut. So I put my 8 by 10 mat in the very corner, so I know that 8 inches down, so about 1 inch on either side, is centered vertically. And then to center it horizontally, I need to be about 3/4 of an inch on both sides to center it with the 10. So I'm going by the 10 line on my mat and the 8 line on my mat to get this approximately in the center, and then I'm going to click Continue. Now moving that around was only if you're not cutting that outside edge. You would not have to move it around if you were cutting the outside edge. And then for the maker, we want to pick our material. So I'm going to pick Matboard 4-ply. Click Done. Now it asks me to put the knife blade in the clamp and press the load and unload button to begin my cut. It also asks me to move my star wheels all the way to the right. So let's take a look at our Cricut machine and what we need to do. So we're going to start by moving our star wheels all the way to the right. So you just grip them, push them over to the right, and we'll do this last one. And then once all 4 star wheels are over to the right, we're going to add our knife blade to the clamp. This is my knife blade. Just add it to the clamp. And then I'm going to load that mat board that we put on to our Cricut mat. We'll just hit the blinking C to start. Alright, so the machine did 8 passes over our mat. Now before you eject it, I always check to make sure it's cut through. And you can do that by picking up on the piece you're going to scrap. You can do that by kind of removing it from the mat just a little bit. So as I'm lifting this up, I can tell that this is separating from this piece. So it is cut through. So I'm going to go ahead and eject it. And now we can pull our mat off of the Cricut mat, and this one is ready to add some pictures in and frame it up. So now we removed that piece from our mat and we have this piece ready to go in the frame. We have these pieces that are scrap, but they could be used for other projects, right? So they're just perfectly cut pieces out of really thick mat board, and they could be used on a ton of different craft projects. So I like to come up with something to use these on or throw these in a scrap bin. But this, you take it, you add some pictures, you pop it in a frame, and you have a custom picture frame mat all within a couple minutes with your Cricut machine and that knife blade. These make amazing gifts. So think like Mother's Day, Father's Day, that type of thing. Any holiday at all. If you want to give pictures, cut that custom mat from Matboard right on your Cricut machine. Pop it in a frame. Paint it, make it rustic, whatever your decor is or your gift recipient's decor is, and then give it as a gift. So thank y'all so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about anything we covered, any questions about cutting Matboard itself, please ask those in the comment section below. If you loved this video, if it helped you, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have crafty videos like cutting mats, picture frame mats, all the time, all about your Cricut machine. At least one video a week, and you don't want to miss any of those. So thank y'all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week with another fun Cricut craft. Thanks. Bye-bye.